Hello everybody and welcome to another Nonsense Retrospective. I am your host as always, Rick, and joining me equally as always is Devon. And if that's not clued you in, then today we're talking about VTubers. But before we get into that, we're going to start with our time-honored tradition of nonsense asinine hypotheticals. And I think you've got one for me, haven't you?
I do. And it's related to our topic. Yay!
Yeah.
My question's a pretty simple one, and I think I've asked you something similar before, but here we go. You have to live with a Hololive member for a month, in character. Who do you pick?
Ooh, in character, it might be Callie.
Okay, yeah, she does seem very chill.
Yeah, and she's also in control over whether or not you die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even if one of the other girls forces you to have an accident, like Kiara, then yeah, Callie can just put a nope on the whole death angle.
Well, that's assuming she likes you enough.
I mean, yeah. Hopefully, being roommates it means that we probably get on before that. But yeah.
Maybe so.
If I'm saddled with someone who's not guaranteed to like me, then probably Ina, because she's probably the one that's easiest to get in the good books of and get along with.
I think Ina would hate me because I'd always look for an excuse to try and feel one of her hair tentacle things.
Yeah, but by the same token, yeah, she doesn't like it when people ask because she's sick of saying no.
Dude, she looks very cuddly.
Yeah.
They all look cuddly. What am I talking about?
The hair is very squishy. But yeah, my one for you is, do you have a favourite Monster Girl waifu type?
It's a very difficult question because...
It's a very broad question, unfortunately.
It is very broad, and also I know a lot of Monster Girl types, because not only is there Monster Musume, which is probably the most popular Monster Girl thing, I also own 2 volumes of a book called The Monster Girl Encyclopedia.
Yes, that's a very good book as well, by the way.
It is very good. Dude, it's really funny. Like, it's definitely an adult book. It's rated 18. I bought the first volume from a Comic-Con, funny enough, and the second volume I picked up as a Christmas present because I said, my mum asked me, "Is there anything you want?" And I said, "Yeah, get me this." And I guess she either didn't look at it or just didn't care. And I was like, "Oh, that was thank you." I did not show her what it was inside. Don't get me wrong, it's not straight up porn, but there is pornographic images in there.
Yeah, it's not porn, it's hentai.
Which is just porn.
I mean, yeah, but the difference is whether it's drawn or not.
Man, fun fact, the subreddit for hentai has more followers than the subreddit for porn does.
I mean, yeah, I can see it, because the thing is, normal porn is divided so much that you can't just be a fan of porn in general. You have to be a fan of, I don't know, dump truck ass MILFs, or
You
whatever.
can say the same thing about hentai, because hentai has lolicon and shota and weird shit.
Oh, yeah. Hentai does have some illegal stuff, yeah, but still.
It's weird because I think it's illegal here, but it's not illegal in the States. I'll correct myself. I don't believe it's illegal here, but I believe if you get found with it, you're probably facing some legal repercussions. But you won't get charged with, the bad
possession.
thing.
Yeah. I don't think you're charged with possession, but it does count as like it's one of those weird things. If it's the only thing you've got, it's not the strike that's going to get you. But if it's like the third strike, then it's going to be what gets you.
Like, I want to go on record as saying I don't think lolicon and shota stuff is okay.
No.
However, I'm also of the belief of it's a cartoon. I'm not going to hold it against someone, but I will judge you. Yeah. Does that make sense? It's like, I don't find it tasteful in any way, but like it's a cartoon at the end of the day. But yeah, anyway, back to the original question. If I had to pick, and it's very weird because I've made it very well known that I'm not a fan of spiders, but arachne girls do something to me.
You like a bit of consensual soft bondage.
It's not even that aspect. It's like taking Monster Musume as the example because it's the easy one to point to. Rachnera is the most reasonable girl. Because while they have an attachment to you in general, they're not so obsessive that they can't give you an element of freedom. Yeah. Also, if you go over Lamia, you will be milk dry because they share you.
Yeah. But the thing is, Rachnera in particular has been wronged by humans and still has the rational thought that, yeah, she can still do the right thing by the right number of people.
Also, I really liked her teasing, what's his name, Mikihito or something, about getting a boner.
I like how she asks him, "Oh, what's your favourite?" And he goes, "Legs." And She goes,
no, that's not even what it is. That's a side thing at the end of a story where Mia's like, do you like tits? Do you like ass? And Pappy's like, no, she likes this. And Centurio's like, no, he likes tits because she's got massive ones.
Yep.
And then he just confesses he's a leg man, and Miss Smith comes in and goes, oh, I guess it's me then.
And then next episode, Rhaenyra is introduced.
Yeah, and it's like he doesn't outright say he's a leg man, but they have the little foot. But maybe he does in the anime. I've not watched the anime adaptation. In the manga, it's just he gets a boner, and she's like, "What is wrong with you?" And it just has the thought bubble of leg man.
And she's got because it's not shown quite as easily in the manga, to my memory, early on, that the pedipalps at the front are kind of folded like booted legs, and they look really good in the anime.
It's easier to spy in colour, but as we know, most mangas are not printed in colour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you.
So much so that when I originally read the manga, I just assumed that he was turned on by the spider legs, and the fact she had 8 of them.
But yeah, there was a little side track to this question, that if you had to be changed into the same monster type, what would you pick? But this question would have been a very short one, that Devon doesn't like to get changed into other species, so it would have been a very quick answer.
It would have been, man. I even get, like, Matt of all people even shits on me for it, because when I play an MMO or any game where I create a character, I am always a human.
Male.
I like being a human male, what can I say?
To your credit, you customize the human male.
My logic, especially with video games, is if I'm playing a video game where you can customize the main character you play, I'm making me. This is a representation of me if I was in this universe. Granted, a little bit less fat, but...
But yeah. So, today we're talking about VTubers, and in particular we're talking about Hololive, because they're the ones we know most about.
Yeah, they are.
And normally we talk about our prior experience, but for me it's just as simple as 2 words, Ikom I got given a link to Korone playing Banjo-Kazooie really early on, and getting really excited every time she came across a Mumbo token. And everyone's seen the animation since then, but there's more instances of her saying it. And it's really adorable. How about you? Do you remember the first time you encountered a VTuber?
Now, I know you like to claim that you introduced me to them, and you kind of did, because you kind of gave like the follow-up to the combo that got me into the rabbit hole, if you get me. Mm-hmm. But my initial encounter was, one day I was browsing the many Reddits that I subscribe to, because I'm bored a lot, yes. And I was like, Jesus, why the fuck is Animemes obsessed with this shark girl?
Oh, okay.
And then I googled Gura, and I went, I don't get it, but it's cute. And then you sent me funny VTuber stuff, because I mentioned Gura one time, and I went, I get it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that YouTube didn't feed it to you before then, because like it's one of those things, as soon as you stumble across it, that is now your YouTube recommendations for until the end of time.
I mean, I kind of get you. It's the Clippers, man. Yeah. You watch a single Clippers clip, and you've got a ton of VTuber clips flooding your inbox, and that's okay, because I think that's the best way of consuming VTuber media.
Yeah, it's they give you an abridged version of that person's experience in short little bite-sized chunks, and they tend to pick the best moments. Like, they're not going to pick the moment when somebody knocks. Well, okay, they are going to pick the moment when someone falls off the chair, because that tends to be pretty funny. But they tend not to pick the boring moment when someone goes to the toilet and they get a deluge of super chats where everyone sends a $1 blue super chat to denominate the toilet getting flushed.
Okay. But do you remember the simp war between Canada and US?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was hilarious. The best part was, I can't even remember who it was. It was one of the English girls, because I remember they came back and they were like, what the fuck? It was just so funny where they're like, what the fuck is going on in here? Why?
Yep.
I went to take a shit and I come back and I'm a millionaire. It might have been Callie.
It's the kind of thing that would happen to Callie.
Man, Callie is our dad and Kiara is our mum, and Kiara forces us to work in her shitty restaurant. Alright, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. Who is your favourite Hololive English girl?
Holo-en, it's probably Callie. Partly because of, like, a combination of multiple things that she does, but the fact that she does a lot of it almost perfectly is what makes her my favourite. Like, she's like the second best artist, but like I really like her style. She's a good singer that's creative, and like I know you're not the biggest fan of her music, but like the fact that she tries something new with every song, I think is worthy of a lot of respect in terms of the creativity angle.
I mean, it always bums me out, and I think I've used these exact words on you, specifically, Rick, where I know Callie is a good singer.
Yeah.
but she just produces music that is not my style.
Yeah. One thing you might actually enjoy is recently, I think like yesterday as of time of recording, she did some duets with Iris, and Iris is the new V singer. She was recruited specifically to be a singer, but she also plays games now as well, and she is probably EN's best singer based on what she was recruited for, and being able to do a duet with that level of singer is actually a pretty good yardstick for how good of a singer you are.
Well, Iris is in a weird position because she released as if she's a product. Well, she kind of is a product, but she was introduced before Hollow Council, and it's just, she's in a weird position where she doesn't feel like she's a member of Hollow Myth or Hollow Council.
Yeah, she's basically the Green Ranger of Hollow Myth, but she only debuted like literally a month before the Council.
It's a weird decision to make, in my opinion.
Yeah, they should have at least given her a little bit more lead time where she could be her own thing and not just be eclipsed by all the new things so quickly. But
could you imagine if Tommy joined the Green Rangers 5 episodes before they got rid of the Mighty Morphin and went to Turbo?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like that if we're using the Green Ranger analogy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like becoming the Green Ranger, and then they bring in Lord Zed, and then he has to be the White Ranger now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Then I'll ask you then. And who's your favorite out of Hollow EN?
Ina. She's precious.
It's a very good pick. Yeah.
I also like her streams are very easy to put on in the background because she's usually drawing.
Yeah. She's also, I think she actually joins other people's streams now just to be a secondary voice and just like a secondary co-pilot. Like, I think she was Gura's co-pilot during the one where she was hunting Crony and Iris.
Oh my days! You bringing up Gura and Ina. I remember when Ina was with Kiara. It was either Kiara or Gura. I forget which way around it was. Playing Mario Kart, and there was someone pretending to be Gura or Kiara, whichever one wasn't with her. And she went, and her co-host went, "Oh, is that really so and so?" And Ina just went, "What place are they in? 5th. It's not." Ina is unbelievably good at Mario Kart. It almost annoys me how good she is at that game.
Yep. She can also be very savage when it comes down to putting the other girls in their place when needs be. But she's also not an asshole about it.
I get you.
But yeah. Hololive is a subsidiary of Cover Corporation. Their CEO's dream is to have an idol group like AKB48. And to his credit, they started off strong. And as a bit of a disclaimer, Hololive has loads and loads of characters. So if I don't mention your favourite, it's not because I think they're bad. It's because there's loads and loads of good ones. And when I'm picking out the ones that I think are the most impactful and influential, it's influenced by the Clippers.
Can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead.
Is the CEO Yagu?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure, because I'll be honest with you, the way some of the girls talk about him, it seems like he's just some random bloke.
Yeah, he's a bit of a punching bag and a bit of a meme within the community. So the community calls him the best girl, because without him there is no company. But also, he's a bloke. He's like a 45-year-old guy who just so happens to, be the one who happens to be the CEO.
I did like in one of the meme reviews with Coco, he was like, I raised this company, I raised all these girls, and then it cuts to Coco saying, motherfuckers, not that one.
Yep.
And then it cuts to Marine going, I'm horny, and not that one either.
And then Coco sat down next to him and gone, I raised that one. So Generation Zero, as it's unofficially known, starts with Toki no Sora. She's the first one and the one that everyone looks up to. There wouldn't be a cast list without her, so at the beginning of the list is where she belongs.
I'm also not personally familiar with her.
Yeah, she's the one that doesn't show up too much in clips because she doesn't do funny things, because the other girls don't pull pranks on her because they respect her too much. What you may have seen, though, is her friend and manager, Friend A-chan, who has had interviews with Kiara. Uniquely among managers, she's actually got her own avatar, and she's able to appear in collabs.
I don't know if I have seen them or not. The only manager I've seen mentioned was during one of Callie's streams, where they drew pictures of everyone's manager, and they showed off Callie's, and everyone was like, oh my god, she is adorable, she's cute, she's wearing a suit, she's sexy, blah, 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 blah. Cut to like a week later, where Callie casually mentions that her manager is trying to buy furniture for a new house, and someone drops like $100 and says, here, buy a bed. Yep. and she starts reading out messages from her manager, and her manager's like, yo, this guy's a G.
Yeah. Bed fund for J-Chad. And someone did an application to be a house husband for J-Chad, and J-Chad's response was, yeah, what a G. So, also part of Generation Zero is Sakura Miko and Suisei. They both get clipped a lot. Miko's the one that originated the meme of all the cute anime girls repeating the lines that we can't say from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, right, yeah, the Lamar line.
Yeah, that one.
Dude, it's so funny because I watched a compilation of all the Japanese girls who fell for the trap and repeating the line, and the top comment was, "Yo, I'm black and I ain't even mad."
Yep.
Now, whether that is true or not, I don't know, but it's still funny to think about. Some just random black dude going, "Nah, I don't care. They're cute. They get the M pass."
My favourite one is Rushia because she thought it was so musical she had to start singing it over and over again.
Oh no. Matt, I've got to give Lamar's voice actor credit, by the way. Like, he plays a really goofy fuck in the game, but like, he's got pipes.
Yeah. Suisei is the only member to have been that character before she joined. Like, everyone else who joined that was someone else before was a different character, and they just stepped into some new shoes when they joined Hololive. But Suisei got to keep the character that she had beforehand.
That is very weird.
Yeah, and it is unique among Generation Zero. And then we get into Generation 1, the real first gen. And the highlight of Generation 1 for me is Hachama.
Oh, right, the crazy bitch.
Yeah, she's a meme machine in motion. She's probably the first and foremost of the Dream Killers, as they're titled.
The Dream Killers?
Yeah, so Yago's dream to have...
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah,
all you had to do was say Yagu, and I'm like, oh, right, yep.
Yep. Fubuki is also part of Gen 1. If you've ever seen a Hololive crossover in a game, chances are Fubuki is the crossover character due to her being one of the most hardcore gamers and having an incredibly marketable character design.
That's the White Fox girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a Prinny in Disgaea.
She's a Prinny in Disgaea. She's a commander in World of Warships. She's in that Azure Lane, I think. Yeah.
How do they justify her being in World of Warships?
I think she's a commander.
That still doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, I think her normal costume is that of an admiral, so...
Yeah, but she's got fox ears.
Yeah.
And then I guess Sabaton's got a tank in World of Tanks, but that makes sense. They sing about war.
Yeah. They sing about World War II.
Not just World War II, lots of things. I can easily get a sidetrack, let's not.
With Gen 2, Subaru was originally meant to be a sporty tomboy, but when she talks, she quacks, so people called her a duck, and she eventually got gaslighted into accepting it.
I've seen so many pictures. My favourite one is where there's straight up a video of a duck being picked up by a person, and it's Subaru going on a rant of, how dare you touch an idol? Shiba.
Yamera! Yeah. They turn the duck over to see if it has an asshole as well, every time.
Which is weird, because if you know anything about ducks, they're birds and therefore have cloacas.
Yeah, they have cloacas, yeah. Here's the other one. They did a belly button compilation at one point.
I'm sorry, what?
They did a belly button compilation.
Hey, what does that mean?
Well, it's just 10 pictures of belly buttons of the VTuber in question, and Subaru's is the one that got completely censored because the middle picture was that of a normal duck's belly, and apparently because the duck was naked it was seen as inappropriate, and that's the only one that got censored by YouTube.
I'm so confused. YouTube made this decision?
YouTube made this decision.
That's... I almost said a bad word. That's ridiculous.
It's redonkulous, yep. Generation 2.5 is Generation Gamers, and that's the one where Korone comes in, and Okakoro is very, very precious.
Fire and water. Why? My God, that's my favourite fucking clip of all time.
Korone is insane. She has one word for the concerned Western fans that wish she'd take care of herself and get some rest in between concurrent 18-hour endurance streams, and that word is no.
No word of a lie. I did watch one time where she was like, I don't really watch them live stream because I don't have the attention span for a live stream, to put it bluntly. Mm-hmm. And I caught her live streaming something, and it was hour 18 out of I think she ended up going for 25 hours because she's insane. And she was going on a rant about how and I only know it was a rant because some of the English people were translating in the chat at supersonic speeds, which fucking how, but whatever. She said something along the lines of, I actually messaged my manager just saying I'm going to do a 58-hour stream, and she just went okay. Apparently her manager no longer questions it.
Fubuki also appears here for some reason, sparking the meme that every new generation also has Fubuki.
That's at least funny.
Yep. Gen 3 has Pecora. She's the highest viewed female on Twitch after Amaranth got banned. And Marine as well, who's a granny, and she needs a hug, but she probably wouldn't stop there, so be careful.
If I had to live with a Hololive girl, it'd be Marine.
Yeah. She is a good pick. She is a good pick.
I like the older women.
Yeah.
Although I don't even know if she's older than me IRL.
I think she's my age, so I think she's older than you, but not older than me.
Okay, so she's like, what, 35?
Yeah, around about that.
Which means by idol standards, she should be dead.
Yep.
Boy, that's a really grim sentence, but annoyingly accurate.
And I think her arse is canonically bigger than Kim Kardashian's.
I don't care. I don't know how big Kim Kardashian's ass is. That's how little I care about that family.
Yep.
A family famous because their lawyer got OJ off.
Yep.
Not their lawyer. Their relative was the lawyer who got OJ off.
True enough. So, Generation 4 is the Kiryu Coco Appreciation Squad, including her roommate Kanata, who is an angel, but also a gorilla with a 50 kilograms grip strength in real life, with such quotes as, "My power was too great and the potato exploded."
She is so small.
She is. This, like, you wouldn't think a cute little normal Japanese girl would be able to pop a jar from the glass.
I mean, I just meant the avatar. I don't know what she looks like IRL.
Well, apparently IRL, she's very similar.
Now I'm getting mental images of Kason and her.
Yep. Well, obviously she doesn't have, like, white hair with blue stripes and a little shuriken on it, but, you know, still.
I thought Kanato had blue hair.
She's got, like, white hair with blue stripes.
Oh, well, listen, I'm going from memory, and I don't watch the Japanese girls that often.
Yeah, it's a blue and white thing. She's got more blue in it than Gura does, but yeah, it's that kind of idea.
Okay.
Harchama has some knowledge of English, with having a British grandparent and having lived a few years in Australia, but Coco was born in the United States of Dragon America, is perfectly bilingual and able to flip-flop between the two languages with barely a thought. And she did meme reviews, which are the culmination of this skill, which were very good watching, in case you ever want to take a peek.
They actually were.
Yeah, they allowed fans from both sides of the ocean to enjoy each other's jokes, and it was a really nice, inclusive thing that let people hold hands and high five. In between generations, we started to get a little bit of divergence. We got the first Indonesian generation. They speak a decent amount of English, but they didn't know this before they created the English branch. If they did, then maybe they never would have. But Generation 1 of Indonesia is where Muna comes from, and she's the one that is friends with Pecora. And you may have heard of "Hey Muna!" And yeah, that's where that comes from.
I'm honestly completely ignorant of all of this.
Sure. Generation 5 is where I think your favourite lives, Botan.
She's my favourite design-wise, but again, Marina's where my heart lives.
Yep.
But Botan's design is so fucking... Oh.
Yeah.
I know I'm sounding like a creepy pervert, but that's because I am. And, she's one of those borderline furries, but I don't care.
You're allowed to have physical favourites.
It's not even her fucking VTube avatar, it's the artwork people draw of her.
Yeah.
Like, she's slender like a ballerina, but ripped like a fucking wrestler.
There is a slight sad note for Generation 5. Before her debut, one of the members, Aloe, doxed herself and graduated 2 weeks later.
I saw this written in your notes, but I don't actually know what you mean by doxed herself.
So she revealed basically her identity to the universe before she debuted.
Oh, is that a big no-no, is it?
Yeah.
That's fucked.
It's one of those where it's okay for people to look into it and find things out on their own, but it's not the right thing to do for you to go and reveal it actively yourself.
I think that those views should be flip-flopped, because I think the people who go digging to find people's real personalities, or, pictures and shit, are weirdos.
Like, I didn't even think that it was an option and possibility until an interview that Callie did, where she, like, brought up that people were saying things to her like, "Oh yeah, how's that VTuber thing going?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, come on, dude." And like, yeah, people recognizing her because they know her from the other side of the coin. That's all well and good. Like, but also by the same token, if you gotta keep kayfabe, let them keep kayfabe. But there's one that we are aware of later that
Coco's a bit of a special case because Kason is Kason.
Yeah.
Like, it was even an open secret back when she was Coco, apparently. I just was unaware because I don't care.
Yeah. When she was keeping both channels open at the same time, she made an effort to put on a slightly different voice when she was being Kason, and now she makes no effort to put on a different voice.
I don't blame her, dude. Like, I'm aware of Kiara also has a different channel on the side, and the only reason that I know this is because someone clipped a moment of her on her private channel where she referred to everyone as her KFC employees, and then she immediately stopped, froze, looked at the camera, and then moved on as if she didn't just do that.
Man, it's worse than that. She refers to herself as Kiara.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and she her eyes just go wide. And when she re-uploaded the VOD later, she removed that moment.
Don't blame her, but clippers are too fast.
Oh, yes. So, after Gen 5, we get EN Gen 1, Hollow Myth. And here's where we really get involved.
This is my favourite gen, because I like all of them.
Gura is the most subscribed VTuber in the world. She's overtaken Kizuna Ai, who, incidentally, once got banned for joking that she was a hologram, and therefore is always naked. And that got flagged by YouTube's AI algorithm.
I can't believe that. I think... well, no, I can believe it. YouTube kind of sucks.
Yeah. Gura broke the internet with one letter, and that letter was... Yep. And that's also my text tone.
I'd love to have that as my text tone, but unfortunately, occasionally I'm hard of hearing because my ears are weird, so I need a text tone that lasts more than 2 seconds.
Yeah, fair enough. Then again, my text tone is for like individual notifications, so if people send me 7 messages, then I get 7 as.
Which is useful if you know Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't watch these, it's fine.
It's fine. Well, not this one specifically, but yeah. Callie is my personal favourite of EN Gen 1, and if you've ever wanted to listen to an anime girl grim rapper, she's your girl. And she's also the one most open to being real with folks, which it makes her a real good listen when she's being serious. Her chat is known as Deadbeats, but she's really known as Dad.
Yeah, but let's be honest, she's never ever going to live down the moment where she revealed to the world she doesn't know how kazoos work.
Oh, yeah, that was one of the best parts of her entire career so far, because she ordered another kazoo.
It's my try humming in it, and she's like, "You're all crazy. You're just trying to make fun of me." And then she went in, she goes, "What the fuck?" Oh, that moment cemented her as being adorable to me.
She's so adorable. Like. Kiara is very open about having been an idol in the industry before her debut at Hololive. She was a victim of cancel culture back then, and she's now very thirsty for Callie. Like, she opened up with her first impression of Callie was, "Damn, she hot." And then they met in real life, and she went, "Damn, she hot."
Man, I still remember when they went on their Japan trip, or whatever trip it was they went on, and they were in the hotel, and Kiara just goes, "Oh my god, you're naked." And Callie was just like, "So?"
Yeah.
I'm in the bathroom about to take a shower. Why'd you tell everyone I'm naked? Damn it.
Yeah, because Callie has no compunctions about being naked in situations where you're meant to be naked.
I mean, it's a very Western thing, and I feel really shitty for even saying that, because I've never liked it when people say, "Oh, Western culture, Eastern culture, blah, 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 blah." But it's a very Western mindset of, if you're naked, then it's inappropriate, no matter the circumstances. And it's like, no, it's because people can't control themselves. And when I say people, mainly men.
Yeah, almost entirely men. Ina is basically a fan artist who happened to be on the other side of the screen. She's probably got the best relationship with her chat.
Yes, I am a proud taco, although I don't give her money.
Yeah, like, neither of us are simps as far as I'm aware.
I don't mind if people fling a couple of bucks at someone, because that's fine. You're supporting someone's career, for lack of a better word. However, the problem comes where you see people actually be insane and fling thousands of dollars in single donations to be like, "Hi, I love you."
Oh, it gets pretty funny, actually. It crosses the line twice when you get into people that start sending multiple part messages at $100 each.
It's a bit silly.
Yeah. Red Super Chats cap out at, I think, £100, which is obviously £100. It's a decent chunk of change, just for that message to stay at the top of the chat for the duration of that stream. And at the end of every stream, the girls normally give a thank you to the Super Chats.
Like, I get it. If this was someone who was literally a millionaire doing it, it's like, fine, that's pocket change for you. However, I and everyone else deeply suspect that this is actually someone who is incredibly lonely.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this will get the girl to say your screen name as a thank you.
Like, again, I don't really hold any grudges against the VTubers because they're not doing it on purpose, but it is a system designed to prey a little bit on, I wouldn't say the mentally ill, but definitely lonely people.
They're products for sale, not predators.
Yeah, if anything, the company is the predator and the VTube girls are the bait.
Yeah. So, Amelia Watson is a salty-ass gremlin, but oddly she's very proactive with the tech side. She's the one that organised the 3D models that they use at the moment. Her chat is known as the Teammates, which I think is the best one of the the puns from Gen 1.
They're called the what now?
Teammates.
The Teammates.
Yeah, but with one M, as in Teammates.
Oh, okay. There's your pun.
Yeah, there you go.
Right over my head.
Dude, the one thing that really bugs me is that Ina is so into puns, and yet the one who is squid-based
It's Callie.
is not the one whose name is Callie Mori.
Yeah, but I don't care. I like Ina anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was the one time that people played noughts and crosses on Ina's forehead using super chats.
Yeah. I remember that. That was when she got her new outfit with the hat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It made her forehead look stupidly big.
Yep. It showed off an enormous amount of her forehead, which gave a lot of real estate. And yeah, people were going bottom left X.
And she kept flip-flopping between getting annoyed and finding it funny.
Yeah.
I think the final thing she did on the matter was like, hey, cut it out.
Yep. Now, Indonesia Gen 2, you wouldn't know that Ollie wasn't American if you hadn't heard her slip into Bahasa Indonesia just as effortlessly as Coco does into English.
Now, if only you could say that effortlessly.
Yeah. But she's incredibly entertaining, and I say that I haven't simped, but I have messaged her in free chat, and I have had responses from her. So of all the girls, she's the one that I've got the personal connection to. Now, Gen 2, EN Gen 2, the Council, and also Iris. Iris debuted about a month before the Council, after which she kind of tacks on to Holomyth. She's a V-singer, which is an attempt to revive Yago's Dream, but it seems to be going all right. But she's also a bit of a fool now and again, just as all of them are. And then we get into the Council proper, and I don't know as much about the Council because they've not been around for long, but the two that I'm going to pick out are Crony, who has a design that you might recognise if you're a nerd, because she's drawn by Wadarko, who's one of the Fate artists who drew, I think, Saber of Red.
Dude, who knows? All the Sabers look the fucking same, so you can claim they drew any of them, and they might as well have drawn all of them.
Yeah, but you know exactly what I mean when you pull up that particular one.
If you say Saber of Red, I assume, it's very fucking annoying. Alright, do you want a Fate rant? Because you're getting a Fate rant. Alright, Saber, there are two characters in the Fate franchise who are Saber of Red or Red Saber. Red Saber is Nero.
Yeah, it's Red Saber then.
And Saber of Red is the Saber of the Red team in Fate Apocrypha, which is Mordred.
Sure, yeah, it's Saber Nero.
Alright, cool. She has a boob window.
Yep.
It's very weird.
They both have boob windows.
Mordred doesn't.
Well, Saber Red and Crony both have
boob windows. Right, okay. I didn't realise you ever saw the back of the models.
But yeah, she's been described as having a voice that could sell you toothpaste. She's the only Squidward in an entire generation of SpongeBobs.
Now that is a statement.
Yeah.
I also don't have that much connection to the second gen of Hololive English because, like you say, they just don't get clipped as much.
Yeah, like the things that have been clipped recently have been like the part where, like I say, Guro was hunting down Iris and Crony after not paying the senpai tax.
Okay, the reason I've not seen these is because they usually actually run a bit longer than my usual 2-minute attention span.
Yeah.
I don't actually have a limited attention span, guys, but for VTubers, I kind of don't make the time of day if their clips run a bit long in the tooth.
Yeah, not watching a 30-minute episode to find out the part where one character's got spooked. And Bales is the one that I homed in on Gen 2. I was there for her debut. I was too smooth-brained to suggest Cheeseburglers for her chat name, so they're now called the Bay Rats. And she and Sana are both Aussies, which actually makes it easier to collab with the JP girls, because they're only a couple of hours out time zone-wise.
That's actually... I tell a lie, I have seen a clip of this character in particular where she's crying about her not being a rodent or a squirrel, she's just a rat.
Yep. Man, one of the JP girls saw that she had rat written on her chest and thought it said pad, and thought that meant that she was admitting to having pads in her boobs.
Oh.
So the JP girls call her Pad-chan.
I bet that's fun.
And she allows it, but only for the JP girls, not for chat.
Yes, for they are not ignorant. Ignorant's the wrong word. They're fluent in English, so they've got no excuse.
Yep. Holostars exist. They're a bunch of men, and they don't get clipped anywhere near as much as the girls.
Gee, I wonder why.
Ollie loves them though, and she simps, even though she can literally message them internally. They also have plans for Indian and Korean branches, but they haven't surfaced yet, as far as I'm aware.
You saying that though, I have seen a clip of one of these lads because he was involved in the compilation of the people saying the bad word in GTA.
Yes.
And my God, did he have a set of pipes on him?
Oh yeah, I think he's one of the ones that gives it the bit of the coloratura, I think they call it, where you go give it the.
Yeah.
And there was also 2 generations of the China branch, but that closed in November because of the Coco situation.
Are we going to address the elephant in the room then?
Yeah, this is where we take a little turn for the depressing. There was a Coco and Hachima stream where they were looking up YouTube stats, and one of the stats was viewers from Taiwan, and China banned them from both mainland China for inciting hate and threatening the sovereignty of the nation, and just generally banned the entire company from operating for a while. And I think it's now a complete blanket ban. The girls got a 3-week ban while Cover kowtowed to the CCP, but this wasn't enough. So the entire China branch closed. Cover Corporation's been banned from operating in China or streaming any game made by any Chinese developer. So there's going to be no Hololive Genshin streams.
That's fine. Although if there's ever going to be a company that you want to cross over with, Genshin and Hololive would have been a perfect one.
Yeah, because it's one of the worlds where you can have someone with fox ears, no problem, because there are.
Pretty much, like even the VTuber avatar aesthetic is similar to Genshin's character models.
Yep.
But going back to China being a massive fucking arsehole, China's main policy has always been one China.
Yeah.
But, however, China seems to be under the impression that both Taiwan and Hong Kong and Tibet and probably a couple of others I'm not mentioning, but those are the big 3, are all part of China when they're fucking not.
Yeah, Hong Kong's a weird one where it was actually given back to China.
Yes, but the condition was that they don't be dicks.
Yeah.
And then they instantly became dicks, so Britain was like, okay.
Yeah. There's a thing about the agreement being don't be a knob, and they say, well, this is a historical document, not a binding contract for today.
It's one of the few things where, Rick, you and I are both on record as not liking the Tories and despising Boris in particular. Mm-hmm. But I'll give Boris, I will give anyone fair dues when I think fair dues are due. And Boris immediately, when the shit went down, saying, hey, if you are a native of Hong Kong, you are entitled to British citizenship and we will accept you without question. Now, I don't know if he actually followed through with that, but that was his statement at the time when shit started getting bad. So I'll give him fair fucks for that.
Yeah, I know China didn't like that, so...
Yeah, well, anything that makes China angry, I'm kind of like, good, fuck you, rattle the hornet's nest, let the world know they're assholes.
Yep. So there were a bunch of Chinese ultranationalists that were organised to attack Coco and Hachima over the time since, as well as anyone that they interact with, which was a big problem for any collabs that either of them did. And as someone who's always been fiercely protective of her comrades, this sat real poorly with Coco, so she struggled to get internal permission for any collabs after this point, because it means exposing to the other talents to the same level of vitriol. After being worn down, she did decide to part ways with Hololive on good terms within the company, and her last month was a blowout of quality content, culminating in an original song, a Gen 4 collab song, and a heartfelt farewell stream where she got to say goodbye to everyone. And even after leaving, she's still making waves, and she's the one who persuaded Hachima to return to active streaming, even passed on the torch of the Reddit shitpost review. It's just as a reference to this, part of Hachima's current opening video is, it's in the style of WarioWare pixel art. It's tagging in as Coco tags out, and it's possibly the most adorable thing I've seen out of all official Hololive art.
I always appreciate the visual of someone tagging someone in, because I'm a fan of wrestling, and my passion in wrestling is tag team wrestling, which is why I kind of don't like WWE, because they're shit at it.
Yep. Oh yeah, and Kason on Air just got a new avatar, and it's drawn by the same artist that did Coco's, and it's worth checking out.
It's very milfy and very nice.
Yeah. And she squats on her chair. It's great.
I was just going to say, don't feel too doom and gloomy about Coco. That, yeah, it's sad that she's left Hololive. However, she's still allowed to interact with Kanata, or the person behind Kanata, and I really hope that relationship isn't played up too much for the camera, as it were. But as an aside...
They still live in the same house.
Well, there you go. But as an aside, the real highlight is, you've got to bear in mind, Coco made a fucking killing while she was with Hololive. She is okay financially.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I looked at the numbers when going on a Wikipedia dive. She is a millionaire, or close to it, I should say.
Before close of business, she was the most super chatted girl on the entire YouTube site.
Again, this is a rough estimated figure, but she raked in, I believe the Wikipedia article said, the equivalent of $870,000.
Yeah, and that's after YouTube's cut.
Yeah, but I think before Hololive's cut.
Yeah. So the company will take an amount. The company will redistribute some of it. But normally we do like to get into our last three. So do you have a favourite moment?
Oh boy, that's tricky with Hololive.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first here? Because I'm generally struggling.
It might be cheating, but I might say Ecom Bokum because it's the thing that reeled me in right at the beginning. It's just having the... It's a heartfelt, visceral joy at hearing something silly and just having to repeat it. But if you don't think that that's a good one to pick, then the secondary one that I would have picked is eating Mike Tyson's ass.
Oh my days, that one is great. That is legendary because so many girls fall for it, some girls don't fall for it, and then you've got Callie who just reads it and goes, "Thank you, eating Mike Tyson's asshole," and then carries on without acknowledging it. She knows, but she's like, if I play this straight, then they don't win.
Yeah, my favourite one was Corona just like damn near breaking the mic with, "Oh no!" That
was adorable.
And then later on when she catches it and goes no. And one time he doesn't show up and says, "Oh, the other fans are always excited for Mike Tyson's bum."
But yes, I've managed to think of a moment for myself.
Go ahead.
Marine, she likes to upload these videos where it's from your point of view.
Yeah.
And you give her the attention she deserves. Apart from that one video where the avatar just slaps her for no fucking reason and she cries. But discard... Yeah, the funny thing about that is her response to it was, "Oh, I thought everyone who followed me was a pervert and would like that, so I'm rushing to fix it." And she uploaded another video where you give her cheek a caress and then give her a head pat like she so desperately deserves.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure people would be quite happy to do the same to her ass. Like, that's what it's made for. But not to her face.
Dude, it's such a visceral slap. I don't know what anyone who was designing that was thinking.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a cute one. Do you have any unfavourite moments?
Well, we usually frame it as weakest link, but fine, I'll take it. The weakest link is the fact that, well, let's be honest, at the end of the day, this is an idol company, and the idol culture in Japan is evil, and we've not seen evidence of it yet, but I would not be surprised if there is a dark fucking underbelly to this industry, and I don't want to find out what it is, but I suspect it is there.
There is a toxic side to the industry, absolutely. It's good that we're shielded from most of it, to say the least.
Well, I know about Japanese idol culture, and there's some fucked up things that happen behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Granted, we've got a bit of a change here because these are animated VTubers. Age doesn't matter, so older girls are able to apply and proper women are doing it, but in idol culture, it's like 12, 13-year-olds, and they are subjected to dark stuff in certain elements, and I can only hope that sort of thing does not happen to the people who apply to be a member of Hololive.
Yeah.
But yes, do you have a weakest moment, Rick?
My weakest moment is the abuse from the community, what we touched on a bit over the Taiwan incident. And yeah, like I think the community can do better, and I'm hoping that in future we do better. But I will like to close it out though. Do you have an MVP?
Oh boy, everyone's the MVP. No, I think the MVP for me is going to be a funny one in that I'm going to give it to Kiara and Callie's blossoming relationship, at least on screen.
The MVP is Takamori.
Yes. Oh, dude, the storyline is great. I love it. I enjoy it. It warms my heart. And I got to be honest with you, all the fan content that is birthed from it, and the fact that certain managers are straight up, oh no, Takamori's real.
But
yeah, sorry, I forgot I'm supposed to fling it back. Do you have an MVP, Rick?
Yeah, my MVP is Kiryu Coco. She's the vodka aunt of Holo-en, and without her, they wouldn't have even had an EN branch at all. She's the one that convinced the uppers to even consider having auditions for an English branch, and because of her, the rest of us get to enjoy it.
Absolutely. Her faith was not misplaced as well, because they knocked it out the fucking park.
Yeah, absolutely. They started with 5 strong ones, and it seems like they followed on with 6 extra strong ones as well, but only time will tell.
Well, this is true.
But yeah, that's probably about it from us. So, if you've made it this far, as always, you are our favourite people. If you'd like to get in contact with us on YouTube, there is the comments section, and if you'd like to get in contact with us via email, if you're listening to us on one of our audio platforms, that is nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. Once again, that's nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. And so it's going to be goodbye from me.
So long, motherfuckers!
Bye, motherfuckers!